Hey guys, Dal here from Dal's Rigging and Crane Tips, a 2024 yeah. Now in today's episode, we're going to bust some myth busters, what we can do, what we can't do. Alright, so on this episode, I always have people saying things like this. So I had one comment on one of my videos, and if you can see where my cursor is right here, if you can see where my cursor is right here, you've got a backed hook chain around a shackle, and some dudes are like, hey bro, you can't do that. So let's explore what you can do. Here's another picture, chain back hooked around a shackle right there. You can see that pretty good. Awesome. So backed hooked around a shackle. So first of all, can you back hook chains? Short answer is yes. Can you back hook them to the bull ring right here? Short answer is no. You can't back hook them to the bull ring, to the master link. That's incorrect. Two leg sling and basket hitch hooked back to the upper terminal link, resulting in overcrowding and overloading. Now we've all done this before. It's pretty much common practice, but in the standards it's not a practice. Okay, so how you can avoid this is if you've got intermediate links. These intermediate links that some of these chains have got now, you back hook them to those. In short, you can only have two items coming off each ring. So the master ring should only have two items coming off it, and then these intermediate rings, you have the chain coming off it, and you can back hook to it. So there's two coming off that ring. So any ring can only have two things coming off it. So if you have intermediate rings on your chains, yes, you can back hook it, bruv. You can. So I hope this expels any myths of back hooking, what you can and can't do. If you hook back to your intermediate rings, yes, you can. Now, we want to see if we can basket around a shackle, and what would that do? So first of all, I've got this. Yay, what's this you reckon? Well, this is some gold that I've found, okay? And what this says is if 5 or more links are engaged around the shackle, 5 or more links, there's no deration. 3 links are engaged around the shackle, that means 3 links are touching the shackle, you have a 30% deration. And 1 link engaged with a really small shackle, it's a 50% deration, less than 3 links engaged. 50% duration, and it's not recommended. So if you're basketing around a shackle and the shackle is only engaging one of those links on your chains, it's a 50% duration, plus you wouldn't do it. So I just go with you wouldn't do it. So that's a big no-no. Okay, so we've got 3 links engaged, it's a duration by 30%. So if we come over to what we're good for here, this is T grade, and so that's 80 grade chains. So say if we had 16 mil chains, and we basketed it, so that's this one right above my head here. So if we basketed that, would come down 16 mil chains, they're good for 18 ton. So we'd go 18 ton, and then we'd go take away 30% if 3 are engaged. Calculator. So it would go 18 ton, take away 30%, equals 12.6. So those 16 mil chains are good for 12.6 now. So that's what you can lift if you've got this type of setup, if those were 16 mil chains, and if you've got this type of setup, if those were 16 mil chains with 3 links engaged. That's got 3 links engaged, that's got 3 links engaged, so you would derate it by 30%. And then you'd use this one here where my cursor is, a basket sling. You'd use that chart there at 60 degrees, and you would only use it at 60 degrees. It hasn't got a chart for anything else. So 16 degrees, 18 ton minus 30%. What do we come up with? Calculator. Calculator app. Yep, 18 minus 30%, 5.4, so 12.6 on 16s. But you can do that with any chain chart, alright? So any type of chains you're using, if you're using 10 mils, you'd see what 10 mils are good for. 10 mils are good for 7.2, you'd take away 30%. And that's what would be good for if you basket around a chain. So hopefully that's helped you out, guys. 2 myths busted, you know. Can you backhook chains? Yes, you can. Backhook them onto the intermediate rings. Do a lot of people backhook them onto the master ring? Yes. I don't see how that's overcrowding in some scenarios. But what does the standards say? Standards say you can't. So technically you do what the standards say. And then the other thing, can you basket around a shackle? Yes, you can. Look, 30% if 3 links are engaged. No duration if 5 links are engaged. And then 50% and not recommended if 1 link's engaged. So if you wanted to, and if your hole's big enough, I'd just put a bigger shackle in there. Then you're good for 100% of the chain weight. Remember, if you want to get a true doubling of your chain or your sling, the diameter of the load's got to be 20 times the mil of the chain. And I need to find some receipts for that before I go on about that. But if it's just around a shackle, use this chart here. If you want me to send it to you, just drop your email in the DMs and I'll send you this chart so you can have it handy for you. So if you get into any beefs at work, you can say, hey look, I got the standards here, mate. So they'll keep you running good. Anyway, guys, like these videos, subscribe here. Dale's Rigging and Crane Tips 2024. Oh yeah.